brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
And the stockings were hung by the chimney with care, with hopes that soon Ollie would leave the country and take a break. For goodness sake, get out of here. Why are you here?
I'm working on it.
I know.
I'm here because otherwise you'd be all alone.
Oh, that's
and who
fine.
could do that to any kind soul at Christmas?
That's very true. You know what? I want to say something to you, and I would never say it to you as a friend or in person. I've been a grumpy bugger these last couple of weeks, and I apologize.
Oh.
But I would never say that to you personally. Only on the air. Only on the air would I say this to you. I've been a bit of a grump. I don't like you. I don't get a lot of sleep, and there's a lot of pressure at work, and yeah. So there you go. I apologize, and the Grinch is dead because I think we're on the home stretch here to taking a little bit of time off, which I think we both need, especially you. You are going to die if you keep up this work pace.
There's a lot of information to process here. Thank you, and I'm glad the Grinch is dead because, as we know, I booed the Grinch in inappropriate circumstances, as we learned at the Santa Claus parade.
That's right.
So the less I see of the Grinch, the better.
Which still doesn't make sense to me. The Grinch was never in a prison.
Well, I don't know, man. They arrested the guy.
I don't know. For being Grinchy.
Yeah. Police ethics. What can you do?
We are. This is our last show together for the year of 2018.
Yeah.
The calendar year, but we are replete with baked goods.
Because it's your birthday week.
Nancy McNeil, she frankly speaking, gave us a whole bunch of presents, which we still have some to open. And today she...
Are we supposed to out her on the air like that? No,
yeah,
we'll move
absolutely.
on. Okay, cool.
That's right. Oh, I totally messed up already.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Our last show of 2018 with, I was going to say the whole crew, but Lecter decided to take the morning off.
He works hard.
He does work hard. Last night he played hard. Played a little too hard.
You know what? We're going to allow him that.
No, you know what? We're not. We're gonna have a really positive Christmas show, and we're gonna leave Lecter out of it. He is missing all these big goodies, and it was actually his idea that you come in this morning, because you weren't going to come in this morning because you leave this morning or today to the UK.
But instead, here I am.
Here you are.
I'm enjoying
lovely man that
out.
you are.
The smell of the lovely baked goods.
Wonderful. So we've got some banana bread here. We've got some sugar cookies with frosting. We've got some sourdough buns and also some sweet, like Hawaiian sweet rolls.
Hawaiian sweet rolls. Cool.
That's right. So like a brioche or something like that. Yeah. So that's courtesy of Nancy McNeil, who baked that all that for me. She was in a baking frenzy this weekend.
I was gonna say, we're going to struggle to get through this.
What struggle to get through all this food
This morning?
No.
Well, there are 9 of those rolls.
Okay, well, we don't have to eat all the rolls, but like these cookies and the banana bread, gotta go.
Okay.
It's gotta go. So she was in a baking frenzy this weekend. She is a new aunt.
Congratulations. Isn't that exciting?
Absolutely. Not to her sister who had the baby, but to Nancy for being an aunt. No, congratulations to her as well. Baby and mama are very healthy, so that's wonderful. And because she was in this baking frenzy, she decided to bake me a bunch of things because it's my birthday coming up very soon. We are 1 week away from the biggest day of the year. Not Christmas, my birthday.
How does it work?
How does it work?
How did this happen? Did you just have back-to-back, like 24th, 25th, massive celebrations each day as a kid?
Massive,
massive.
massive.
Knowing how often you've mentioned your birthday so far, one assumes it must be massive.
Well, because no one else mentions it. No, the whole city would turn out when I was a baby, and they'd lower me into a warm bath.
This would explain
of lavender milk water, and the smells, Ollie, the smells.
Well, yeah, I mean that actually makes sense.
When I smell lavender now, I am transported back to a time when I was 1 or 2 or 3. And that's why I have such milky, soft skin now. All right. No, I mean, with any other Christmas baby, I mean, sometimes you get, combo gifts. And sometimes you get, a couple of things. And like, as we progress into adulthood, people tend to give you your birthday present early and then maybe give you a Christmas present. Right? But for the most part, people just give you, like, this is great. This is like, I got rolls, I got banana bread, and I got cookies. That's my birthday and Christmas well taken care of. So, yeah, I think it works different for everybody. But Christmas babies tend to get, like, not double gifts, but combo gifts.
Combo gift.
Yes.
Okay, that's how we're phrasing that. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
That's
Combo
the
gifts.
diplomatic phrase.
Yeah, combo
no,
gifts.
it's a combo gift.
Ooh, a combo gift, not a disappointment package.
Very nicely. Yeah, I could, like how economy class is now flexi.
Ooh,
yeah.
flex seating. Ooh,
Yeah,
that sounds good. Does that mean I have more legroom? No. In fact, you have less. You're going to have to flex to get into that seat.
Tango class.
Tango. Ooh, that sounds exotic.
That sounds exotic and exciting. No, it's just the literal cheapest seat you can buy.
That's right.
Yeah.
And when they finally do go standing room only for flights less than 2 hours, it'll be a party zone.
Canopy class.
Canopy class.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
He's sleeping right now. He's sleeping.
He's allowed.
He is allowed. But I figured maybe just on the last day, especially since it was his idea that we all be here, that he might be here.
Morning, everybody. It's not the last day. You guys are on the air, aren't you?
We are on the air for the next few days. But I mean, it could have potentially been the three musketeers, the three caballeros.
Oh, that's not bad.
Pretty good.
We'll be back together in 2019.
I know. Whenever you get back in like January 20th.
Well, I'll keep extending it.
You keep extending it. What day
It's
are you
April
getting back
now.
On? April. Well, fair enough. Scott did it last year.
Well, I've got to
You
go
can do it
back
this
and
year.
fix the country.
That's right. Absolutely.
So
it's about to Brexit or something, isn't it?
It's a mess. It's a complete mess. Nobody seems able to fix it, so I'm going to go back. I've given myself 3 weeks. And
Hey,
we'll see how we
but your PM won the no confidence vote, so she is still prime minister. It's good, right? It's good when there's a no confidence vote in the leader of the country. That shows democracy is working.
The problem. How long have you got? How long have you got? Because
we've got until Christmas.
We could go some on this now. My country is desperately disappointing. I begin to know how Americans feel when people go up to them and say, "Why is your country
just the
burning wreck that it is?" And so like, I don't know. There's not much I can. I'm doing my best over here, but there's not much I can do.
Canada's getting that way. We'll all be the same.
Canada's not getting that way, though.
Yeah, we are, though. There were fist fights at anti-immigration rallies in Calgary yesterday. Yay!
But that happens in every country of the world.
I know it does.
Nowhere near the extent of the divisive political...
As with everything else, Canada is playing catch-up to the rest of the world. Soon we'll just be as racist and divided as every other country. But I digress. Speaking of your country and my country, we obviously have some very different holiday traditions. Now, we've gone over this last week with the Terry's Chocolate Orange and all the controversy that allowed or created.
Yes.
And I brought you some Terry's Chocolate Oranges this morning.
You did. There's an original one, there's a dark one, which I've never even seen before.
That's right. I think the dark might be a little bit better with that kind of vomity aftertaste of the orange.
You're just so wrong.
I'm not wrong. There are people out there going, yeah, yes, those things taste horrible. So what we're going to do is that you're going to hand me one of them Terry's Chocolate Oranges. We're going to smash it on the wall. And, yep. Oh, ASMR fans, right there. That's the box.
You need to get over that buzzword. Everyone would have forgotten. By this time in 2019, everyone would have forgotten the phrase ASMR.
No, they will.
It just means nice sound.
More people will be into it. It's not just nice sounds. It's like it's also sounds that can kind of make you feel uncomfortable because they get you the willies, and the willies is that kind of release of endorphins. Like oh, yeah. So you know that kind of thing. The willies face. But I wanted to ask you about your Christmas traditions. Now, I know if TV and films have taught me anything, around Christmas, the Prime Minister goes around to all the houses on the low street to knock on doors to try to find a woman that he has taken advantage of because he is her employee, a la Love Actually. Is that what happens?
Yeah, that's essentially what happens.
Yeah, Prime Minister just goes around.
Oh, look, if Hugh Grant came to my house at Christmas
and
basically just was himself, and his usual charming... Slightly
is it
blustery.
charming? Is it charming?
It melts my little
charmingly
heart. I would.
Befuddled.
He's on my list. He's on. You're allowed a list.
He's on the list. Okay.
He's absolutely on my list.
Fair enough.
Nothing that man could do that would make me say no. Anyway, so yeah.
A few things.
What are we? And so what are Christmas traditions? I mean, when we lived in the West Country, we would go
Westeros.
Sure, why not? We would go. Even despite the fact that my family is not even faintly religious, we would go to midnight mass on the church at the top of the hill because it was just such a beautiful thing, a beautiful place to be.
Do you whack it on the button or on the bottom? Which side do you whack?
I just do what you got to do.
All right.
Yeah, go on then.
Keep telling your
Go
story.
on, whack your chocolate orange. Yeah, I mean that's just so ridiculously hard. You don't need
Was
to
it
do
too
that
hard?
Yeah,
It just fell apart in my hand.
This is just an excuse for you to throw things around this room and
No,
punch
not at
the
all.
wall.
Every piece is separated, so I think I did it right.
Well, yeah, they're not supposed to separate into 8 pieces each.
No. There's see, this
Blended
is
it, look.
Look at that beautiful slice of dark chocolate and orange, and I'm gonna put it in my mouth.
You're just going to eat one over there on your own. These are the ones that you bought for me, and now you've got one over there open, and now you're eating it. I see how this is working.
Oh God,
isn't it delicious?
no.
Isn't it the tastiest? Right,
No.
well, stop eating it then and hand them over. Oh, get over yourself.
It's just so it's like this bitterness, you know.
Yeah, I'm aware of the bitterness. I'm born witness to it for 2 hours a day.
All right. That's not bitterness. That's just pure, unadulterated anger. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Here, God, it tastes like you're eating potpourri.
Thank you. Hand it over.
There you
Yep,
go.
thanks. Can't quite reach. Thank you.
Ugh. Okay, well, happy Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, what's
look
that?
at you. I mean,
What is
it's
it?
like a
No, it's
graveyard of Terry's chocolate orange.
It's beautifully done.
Blasted against the wall.
The tips of my fingers are bruised. Now, why do you Kers say Happy Christmas instead of Merry Christmas?
I don't know. I mean,
For God's sake,
but we do.
make something up.
Because I don't know, because during Prohibition we decided not to get merry as often.
Fair enough.
Well,
Fair enough.
not that we had Prohibition.
Yeah, I was just to say I didn't think you guys had Prohibition. Okay, but Christmas traditions. I mean, there are some different ones, right? Is goose more of a popular thing? Is like if like Christmas carols taught me anything? Geese are what you have for dinner.
No, it tends to more be fox.
Fox. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know that. Fox. Huh.
That's
So
why we
that's
have
what
the
all those hunts are for.
Exactly.
And that's for Christmas.
You can get the fox back. Yeah, and having leg of fox is a
Leg of
big
fox.
tradition.
Yeah. Stomach of fox.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you eat the ears last.
Not a tail.
Tail. Oh, very good. I saw a very healthy fox on the way to work today. That would have been a great
Did you get him?
meal. No, but he was eyeing up a tiny poodle that was walking across the street, eyeing it up hard. But it was a healthy looking fox. It wasn't one of these straggly looking ones that you see around. But so here, obviously, there are some Christmas traditions. Did you guys ever go caroling or mummering or anything like that?
I mean, if you watch 1960s movies, yes.
Yes.
Is that sort of like, I imagine people at one point in England went round caroling.
Yeah.
I imagine it's confined now to like 3 ultra Puritan neighborhoods who still insist on keeping the joy alive.
Yes.
I don't know. Do people go caroling here?
Not as much. I mean, some people still do. I've gone mummering a few times. Well,
What's
kind of a
what-
version of mummering. Okay, so mummering is a Christmas time like house visiting tradition practiced usually in Newfoundland and Labrador. It comes over from like Ireland, I think. If I'm getting my history right, I probably am not. But the way we did it is that you went around to people's places that were having, and they'd invite you in. You'd sing a carol, and you'd have a drink and a piece of food, and you'd leave, and you go to the next place. So the mummering was like kind of this traveling little party, whereas caroling is just caroling door to door. Mummering was kind of a traveling party, and
Mummering, you force yourselves on the people
That's
and
right.
invite yourselves in.
That's right, and they
and
have
eat
no
all their
choice.
food.
They have no choice but to let you in.
So essentially like caroling Vikings.
Yeah, carol. Yeah, exactly right. You're going to let me on your property. You're going to give me a drink, and you're going to give me a bit of food, and then I'll leave, and we're not going to leave until it's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds infinitely preferable to caroling.
I think in the traditional sense they like disguise themselves. We didn't do that. We just
This
got
is terrifying.
Yeah, it is a little
Disguised caroling ninja
Yeah,
Vikings.
that's
Turn
right.
up and
So they
invade your
sheets
house.
over their head on horseback. No,
Insist on singing while eating everything and then
yeah,
leave.
that's right.
That's
It's pretty
terrifying.
awesome.
That's a Christmas special of Doctor Who right there.
That's great. That's great. I mean, just like most traditional things that Newfies do, it's pretty awesome and it's a good time. There's
Yeah.
singing and there's drinking and there's bawdy humor.
And the terrified family in a corner who are just hoping you'll leave.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
What is the best gift you've ever received? And now I want you to be as superficial as possible because I don't want you to say like, oh, my family showed up. Like, ugh. No. When you were a kid or even when you were an adult, what, like superficially, was the best gift you ever got? You don't have to out the person who gave it to you or say it's like, this was the worst or whatever. What was the best?
The best gift, and I've only got a really vague recollection of getting it because
All right.
I was really young, was my first ever drum kit.
Very nice.
And I would have been about 6, I think, 5,
Yep.
6, 7, something like that. Maybe even a little bit younger. I remember there was a Mickey Mouse drum kit. And it was like branded with Mickey on everything. Tiny, like, drum kit in the sense of like a 5-year-old's drum kit. So it's in no sense like a full drum kit, but it's got a tiny little bass drum, a little tiny snare drum, a little cymbal and everything. It's just a diddy little thing. And I remember that being a huge deal. I'm pretty sure that was a Christmas, or it might have been a birthday. It all blurs. It's like 3 decades ago. I don't know anymore.
Fair enough.
I don't have written records of this nonsense.
Yes.
So, but I do remember getting that and being like that. Well, that started like I still play the drums now.
Yeah, that's right.
And that present had a huge effect on like what my music. I mean, as a kid, this will surprise a lot of people because I'm now like ridiculously not musical. But I played a lot of music.
Yeah,
I played piano.
drums.
I played drums. I used to have like keyboards in my room the whole time and a little synthesizer and a drum pad and all this sort of stuff. And all through my teenage years, I'd make a whole bunch of music. And that's sort of gone by the wayside a little bit. And I'm kind of sad about that now because I wish it's the classic thing of being a kid. You have to do like your scales on the piano for your grades, right? All that sort of stuff. I hated it. I hated all that nonsense. I just wanted to sit down and play creatively. I didn't want to have to do all the exams.
Yeah.
And so I got like grade 5 in piano and then was like, can I quit now? My mum was like, all right, fine, you can quit. And now I regret it, as she told me I would. And as anyone would tell you. And you're like, as a kid, you're like, no, whatever.
No.
How am I going to ever regret this? Are you kidding? My choice is between going and playing video games and playing on this piano. How could I ever regret this choice?
You can still learn.
Now here I am. I go back every now and again. And one of my single biggest achievements of the last 15 years has been teaching myself note by note to play Scenes from an Italian Restaurant by Billy Joel.
Very nice.
And that's the only thing I could play, but I've forgotten now. But I just sat there and like hunted and pecked until it sat in memory how to play like the opening 4 minutes of Scenes from an Italian Restaurant.
Very nice.
It was the only thing I could do.
Very nice.
But that sadly is where my music is now. How about you?
As superficial as possible. Okay, so what you were mentioning, the Christmas and birthdays and like Christmas birthdays. So sometimes you get combo gifts, sometimes you don't. So there were 2 times where like my dad was a very loving man, and he did like to spoil. He did do that. And so one year, I think it was like 98 or something like that. And GoldenEye was the hottest game in the world, in the absolute
And
world.
rightly so.
And we had rented it and kept it late and costed money from renting it too much. And so we went through Christmas and all these things, and he's just, and like it wasn't in the stocking, it wasn't there. And I was like, oh, that's fine, like whatever, we'll just rent it again. And he's just like, yeah, it just was sold out, blah blah blah. And then later on in the evening, there just appeared a little package on the tree. And I was like, what's this? He's like, I don't know who put it there. And I opened it up, and it was GoldenEye. So that was a very exciting time. Another time, and again, being as superficial as possible, another time I asked for a PlayStation 2 and a paintball gun. And I asked either one.
Aiming high.
I said either one. And the PlayStation was the hottest thing, and it was hard to get them. I said either one, whatever one get, I'll be happy with that. And I got both. And so this is what your drum kit turned you into the man you are today, and me getting a PlayStation.
Your heavy
2
weaponry and video games
has turned me into this person that's full of expectations.
Oh, but GoldenEye though.
GoldenEye was wonderful.
Like,
wonderful game.
Arguably the greatest game of all time.
My parents did Christmas up right. I do remember a really great gift that I got, but it also was a bittersweet one because it was when I realized that Santa wasn't real. And that was, came downstairs. My mother was wrapping something. I came downstairs and I looked down through the thing and I saw her wrapping up this like little tool set, this like kids tool set. And then I opened up on Christmas Day and I was like, oh, I guess Santa's not real.
Funnily enough, I have just had this conversation with an 8-year-old.
Oh,
who
well, this is very similar, I imagine.
Last night, who has just discovered that Santa wasn't real.
Were you in McDonald's last night?
No.
Did you not pass through McDonald's parking lot last night?
Oh, wait, no, yesterday afternoon I did, yes.
Yeah. I saw
because
you.
we were filming at Stanford Hospital.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Was that the 8-year-old you were with?
No, that
Okay.
was a 30-year-old.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. They were very sledged down in the seat, but they had a very unimpressed look on their face, and I was like, And I was like, I waved and you didn't see, but like when you tell me this
the
story
motor
now,
machine was broken at McDonald's. That would have explained the look. So anyway, I was having this conversation, and they discovered that Santa wasn't real because they first of all discovered that and this by the way is an incredible concept that I only just discovered. The Switch Witch isn't real.
What's the Switch? What?
The Switch Witch is how you trade some of your ridiculous amount of Halloween candy for other goods.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And is an excellent device. You know, I mean, I'm sure the Switch Witch is much appreciated by parents who would quite like by the way, if you're an 8-year-old listening and you haven't yet discovered that Santa isn't real, I should briefly say Santa's completely real.
No, we kind of went into that without any kind of warning whatsoever. I just kind of went right into it.
Nah. So all those crying children.
Jeez.
Yeah, we'll
massive failure.
We'll pick you all up afterwards, but it's fine. You know, everyone
not real
else?
to me. That's what I meant. To me.
Okay, that's how we're gonna get out of this hole. That's how we're gonna get out of this hole, is it? Okay, so we've ruined Christmas, and the way you're gonna get out of the hole of ruining Christmas.
What I should, you interrupted me rudely. I was going to continue my story by saying I discovered he wasn't real, but then later on rediscovered that he was. And so that was my first inkling, and then, but then when I got my PlayStation,
no, I don't. I just don't know if we're actually collectively able to get out of the hole.
Oh my God, I hate myself right now.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast. Hey, it was early. What do you want from us?
So we want to give one final push at featsofgingerbread.ca to the Northern Gingerbread women who were in here last week. They talked about their gingerbread concoction or their gingerbread display.
Yeah,
that's right. And we got them ahead by a bunch. But now SBSA structural consultants in Montreal are ahead by 29 votes.
I think on the whole of Montreal,
I know
we have to. I'm going to be so annoyed if they win.
I know. It's open through today. What time today? At the end of the day or noon?
Just vote now.
Got to get in there. Go to featsofgingerbread.ca. Vote for the Northern Gingerbread women. They're down by 29.
Use every email address available
That's right.
to you.
Every email address you have available to you. I've used all three, so there you go. Any email address you have, you can vote. And do you really want some structural consultants from Montreal winning this? No, you do not. And yeah, they have the whole of Montreal. We've got the whole of the territory here, but I mean, they're only behind by 29 votes.
Yeah, we can do this. I'm confident. I'm going to put it back up on the Facebook page this morning. We're going to have one last push.
I think we're going to get it.
To at least get it. Take it to the wire.
That's right. And what are they winning in?
They win their donation. So all the money they've raised already gets doubled and all given to the Food First Foundation.
Wonderful.
Food Rescue, sorry. Yellowknife Food Rescue.
Yes.
So that would be fantastic. That would be well worth doing. And yeah, we'll do everything we can. They're 29 behind, but I'm pretty confident. Like we got like 100 last time round.
That's right.
Of extra votes. So I'm pretty sure we can dig up some more.
I think so. And they've got a grand structure. And SBSA is they're leaning into the population they have around them.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
It's just a skyscraper made out of.
Yeah, it's just a skyscraper. I could have made that dip. It's dipped in icing though, which is pretty good.
Whatever.
But it's structural gingerbread, so it's not as good.
We've got sled dogs made out of gingerbread.
That's right. There's an igloo.
The Northern Lights are
teepee.
in
Northern Lights. The Northern Lights are edible.
Yeah,
edible. Maybe not. They may not taste good, but they're edible.
They're edible.
That's right.
It's like fondant. I mean, like, doesn't.
Yeah.
After a while, they're just like, all right, enough. But it's edible.
Fondant's gross. It is. Okay, so we'll put that out there on the Facebook page. You guys can go there, featsofgingerbread.ca, put down your vote, even make up an email address, and throw a vote their way.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca.